Hi, I'm Emma. I'm a volunteer at the Shasta Historical Society. This video is one in a series that we're doing where a volunteer like myself or John visit different historical sites around Shasta County to tell you a little bit about them. If you have any feedback for us while we do this project, we would love to hear from you. Just leave a comment in the section below the video. We would also love any suggestions for where else we might go or what you'd like to see us talk about or what we could do differently. Today I'm at the Balls Ferry boat ramp in Anderson. It's a beautiful place. It's so peaceful and quiet. It's hard to believe that at one point this location was one of the transportational hubs for southern Shasta County because of the ferry that operated here. So before William Ball bought the property in 1868, this ferry was used by loggers in the area to transport their goods down the river. Records show that people such as Samuel Hensley were hired as early as 1844 by John Sutter as foreman of the woodcutting crew that brought wood to the ferry. By the 1850s, the ferry was also used by the sawmills in Shingletown, who would haul the logs by oxen and horses to be bolted together and rafted as far as Sacramento. William Wallace Ball was born in 1829. In 1864, he was working in Shingletown as a lawyer at the Vilas Mill. He married Amanda Jane Williamson, who died during childbirth with their second child. William Ball purchased this property from William Wilcox, who had probably purchased it from the estate of Pearson B. Redding. And William Ball would operate this ferry for the rest of his life, and it would always be operated by someone in his family. Even late in life, William Ball lived with one of his daughters, Nellie, who would help him to hear when people needed to cross the river because late in life he began to lose his hearing. This place is really important because of where it's located, and it got a lot of travelers coming by to stop in the hotel that was nearby. It was strategically located on the main road from Cottonwood to Millville, Shingletown, Burney Valley, Hat Creek Valley, Ayden, Alturas, and all points in southeast Oregon. Balls Ferry developed this small town with different amenities to accommodate all of the travelers, because when you think about how much more difficult it must have been to cross the river if you only had a ferry and you couldn't just drive across the bridge, then all of these small town amenities really became necessary. Under the ownership of William Ball, the ferry was renamed Balls Ferry. It carried passengers, their transportation like stagecoaches or buggies, any kind of livestock they might have had with them, and whatever other supplies they had. Their location was so busy that newspapers noted that it was the only ferry in the area that crossed the river daily. Among the most important small town services, there was the Balls Ferry Hotel, which was demolished sometime in the 1920s, and it had amenities like a corral for the livestock people were transporting, a dance hall located on the side yard of the north side of the hotel from about 1885 until 1910, and it had the area's post office. The Parkville Post Office moved into the Balls Ferry Hotel in 1875 and became the Balls Ferry Post Office, and William Ball was the first postmaster. The post office operated in the hotel until 1916, when it was discontinued. There was also a merchandise and grocery store, the Balls Ferry Flouring Mill, a saloon, and residential houses. For those stopping in Balls Ferry from the Shingletown lumber mills on their way to the railroad, there were two large barns built north of the bridge on the east side of the road with large wooden corrals. Really, the town and the ferry were first built by the needs of the lumber industry, and then around anticipating the needs of the travelers and their goods. Balls Ferry operated from 1868 until 1897, when Shasta County built the Balls Ferry Bridge and put the ferry out of business. William Ball died that same year. Today, there's a plaque on the east side of the Sacramento River where Balls Ferry and the town were located. In 1972, the area was officially declared as a state of California Point of Historical Interest.